Hello everyone, this is Krishna and welcome back to my channel. This video is part of grid integration series in React. We will be integrating different types of grids in our React application. So I'm planning around 10 different types of grids. So this is part 1 of that. In this video we are going to integrate AG grid. So let us see what are the features included in this, and let us see practically how to integrate this in our React application. So first we will see the features. So you can see this is the AG grid I am going to integrate, and you can have different features like these are the headers, and this is the data coming from the API. We can get the static data as well, or we can get API data and integrate with our grid. So the next thing we are going to see is the sorting. So once you click on this header part of this, you will be able to sort the things based on the alphabet order, or if you want to sort by using the pricing or numbering, you can click on this so that it will be aligning based on the numerical order, either ascending or descending order like this. So this is the part of sorting. And next thing is filtering. So you can see here there is the filtering option, which consists of different options: contains, not contains, equals, not equals, like this. So I'm going to select some equals and the operation like 32,000. So there is no 32,000 here. Yeah, 32,000. So I want a price with 32,000. So I will be getting only 32,000 here. So you can select contents as well, which consists of 2,000 or something. So we don't have that. So that is the reason it's not showing anything. And next thing is you can select based on the alphabet. You can filter based on the alphabet order, which equals, you can get all the data based on your requirement. So in this way you can filter the AG grid. And next thing is selectable checkbox. You can see the checkboxes here. So we can select only one checkbox, or we can select multiple checkboxes in this AG grid. So if you see this checkbox selection, it is somewhat difficult in other grids, but if you see with the AG grid, it is very easy. You will be knowing that when we write the code, and once I select this, if you want to get what user has selected, then you can click on this and you can get what user has selected. And I have selected for the Mondio and these 4 things. Once I remove one thing, you will be able to see only 3. So in this way you can sort the AG grid, or filter the AG grid, getting the data from the API, and fetching API from data from the API and integrate with our grid, and multiple selection of checkboxes like this. So let us see how to do that practically. In this video we have covered only some part of this AG grid, and we will be covering some other parts like pagination and drop down lists, radio buttons, etc. in our next tutorials of AG grid. So let us start our video. So for this I have created a project called as React 2, and I am going to do everything in this app.js. So based on your requirement, you can create the functional component for this AG grid, and you can reuse that anywhere in your application. So it is better recommended, strictly recommended to create a functional component so that you can reuse that anywhere in your application. So first we are going to install the command. So I'm going to give entire code in my blog, so you can refer from there and you can integrate in your application. So first time I'm going to open the terminal, and a parallel terminal here. Now I am going to install a command called as npm install. So you can use yarn as well, AG grid, community, and we have different options like enterprise as well. So if you want to use the enterprise, you can replace with the enterprise. By using enterprise, you will be getting some more options. So first I am going to install this. So it will take some time to install. So let us come back after this. So it got successfully installed in our application. So if you want to verify that, then you can go back to package.json in your application, which consists of different packages what you will install in your application. And if you search for AGGrid, you can see here AGGrid community and AGGrid React. So as when I am doing this video, it is 24.1.0. when you are integrating, it may be different, so don't worry about that. So the next thing we are going to do is importing some CSS file for this AGGrid. So these are the two CSS files you have to import. And the next thing is importing the AGGrid column and AGGrid React. AGGrid column and AGGrid React. I have done AGGrid integrations for Angular as well. If you want to refer that, you can go back to my channel and view the playlist for Angular integrations. This is AGGrid React. So from AGGrid React, you have to import these both. So the next thing I am going to do is creating some variables for storing the AGGrid data. For this I am going to use the useState hook, grid API, and we have to set this grid API. By using set grid API, and I am going to use state. So this use state we have to import from React, so it is auto imported. And to this I am initializing with null value. Next thing is grid column API. Equal to, this is also I am initializing with use state with a null value. Next thing is we are going to put some static data initially, that is row data, and we have to set the row data by set row data equal to, this is also use state. As we are using functional component, we are going to use use state, so it is highly recommended to use the functional component instead of class component. So in this use state I am going to create an array, only then we can create different objects in that. In the first object I am going to create some property called as make, and model. The model name is Celicia or something. And price is numerical, so I am going to give some 5000. So I am going to copy this and paste here. So I am going to change only some things, and I am going to save this. Once this is done, I am going to this return statement. As I am using semantic UI, I am going to create container. So I prefer semantic UI. You can use your own Bootstrap something. Yeah. There is some issue in this. It's not auto importing. Yeah, it got auto imported. Now I am going to use AGGrid React. As we have imported this, I am going to copy this AGGrid React and closing statement. In this AG grid React we have to use AG grid column. For this I am going to copy this and paste here. So I am going to copy this again. As we have 3 header things, I am going to copy this 3 times and paste this. Now the next thing I am going to do is field. So this field, in the sense you have to give the property name. I am going to copy this field. Basically you are telling that which column has to take which row data. This has to take model and this has to take price. So let us save this and verify whether it's working or not. It will not work because we are not giving row data here. So for that we have to initialize this with row data equal to braces with row data. So we are giving this row data here. So once I save this, let's head back to the browser. Now once you refresh this browser, you will be able to see AG grid with different columns and rows. You can see the make, model and price, Toyota, phone, Maruti, etc. So the first task is completed successfully. Let us see how to sort these and how to filter this. For this, let's head back to our Visual Studio Code, and in this AG grid column we have to use sort table equal to true. So I am going to copy this for all the 3 columns. So basically if you use sortable, then you can be able to sort the things in your AG grid. So let us go back to the browser now. So once you refresh the browser, you will be able to sort the things. Yeah, we have the make. You can see it is getting based on the alphabetical order. As we have given the same names for model and price, you will not be able to see the change. If you give around 2000 something, let's check with this. So you can see the 2000 now. You can see the 2000 got below. So in this way you can sort the things based on ascending or descending order. So the next thing we are going to do is filtering. For filtering we have to use, so basically you have to apply everything in this AG grid column itself. So I am going to apply this filter equal to true. So this filter equal to true will tell AG grid that we should be getting ability for filtering AG grid. So I am saving this. As I am using Prettier, you can see it's automatically structured our code. So let us refresh our browser. Now you can see the filter option we got here. So we can filter different type of things. So based on the name and based on the contains, equals, etc. So in this way we can filter. So if you want to filter, I will filter Toyota here. Yeah, we have achieved this filtering as well. So the next thing we are going to do is checkbox. So let us see how to do that. So first we will head back to the Visual Studio Code. So here we are going to, as I have already said, we have to do everything in this AG grid column. So in this edge grid column we have to give checkbox selection equal to true. You get some intelligence here. Checkbox selection equal to true. Once you copy this and paste in different edge grid columns, we should be able to select this. So I'm going to save and let's head back to browser. So you'll get indication that it's saving. Now you will be able to see the checkboxes like this. So the next thing we are going to do is if you see here, we will be having different checkboxes for different price, model and make. If you want to select only one, if you want to have only one, you can remove this. It will work in a similar way. If you refresh the browser, you will be able to see only one checkbox in the make. Yeah, you can see here entire row got selected here, but we have got the ability to select only one row. So let us see how to do that for multiple rows. So these are the basic scenarios we will be getting in our real-time applications for selecting multiple rows, single rows, and filtering, sorting, like this. So let us go back to our Visual Studio Code. So here I am going to use something called row selection equal to multiple in this edge grid React. Once you save this, let us check in the browser. It got saved, and let us refresh this. You can see that we have the ability to select multiple rows now. So in this way we can select the checkboxes, single or multiple selects. So the next thing we are going to do is how to get this data, what user has selected. For that I am going to create a button here. So button is as usual, it is semantic UI button. It will be auto imported, but today it's giving some trouble for me. Okay, yeah, it's got auto imported. So in this button I am going to write something called get selected data, and once you click on this, I am going to write some event handling. Get selected. Now I am going to create this button or function for this button. So this is ES6 arrow function. If you don't know how to create this ES6 arrow function and all the stuff about that, you can go back to my channel and refer to that. Now I am going to send some event to this. Okay, yeah, let us give this event here. Let us save this. So I have already had this code, so I am going to copy paste this here. So once user select this, I am going to show the alert. So basically it will select the nodes what user has selected, and we can get that by using this select data string presentation. So let us see in the browser whether it's working or not. So let's head back to our browser and check this functionality. So once you click on this any checkbox, and once you click on get selected data, you should be able to get the alert, but we are not getting this because we have to paste some code. It's showing that cannot read property get selected nodes of null. So we are seeing this get selected nodes here. So for that we have to copy some code and paste here in this edge grid react. So I am pasting here in this edge grid react, saving this. So once this is done, you have to go to your browser and resize this. Now I am going to click on checkboxes and let us click on get selected data. Yeah, you can see here we have got the data what we have selected. So in this way we can get different data what we have selected from the edge grid. So in the next tutorials we will see the different types of grid integrations. So I'm planning around 10 integrations on grids in React. So if you like this interesting, then please subscribe to my channel. So this is the end of this tutorial, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you.